Hey guys, I hope you're well. Welcome to the video. Today I'm going to demonstrate drawing demand curves from demand equations. So let's just go straight into an example. Say I had the demand equation P is equal to 6 minus 2Q. What's the first thing I'm going to do? Well, the first thing you can do is to draw your axes. So you're going to draw horizontal axes and then also a vertical axis. On the horizontal axis, you're going to put Q, and on the vertical axis, we're going to put P. Great. So the strategy that I'm going to use to draw this demand curve on these price and quantity axes is to find the price axis intercept and the quantity axis intercept. Then I've got 2 points, I can join them together and I'll have my curve perfect. It happens to be the case that when the demand curve hits the price axis intercept, Q is equal to 0. So I'm going to set Q is equal to 0 in our demand equation. If I do that, then I get P is equal to 6 minus 2 multiplied by 0, because Q now is 0. So P is equal to 6. So that's our price axis intercept. Well, how about our quantity axis intercept? Well, we get our quantity axis intercept by setting P is equal to 0. So if I set P is equal to 0 in our demand equation, then I get 0 is equal to 6 minus 2Q. So I'm going to have to isolate Q here, which means I'll have to do some algebra. I'm going to separate 2Q and 6. I want either 6 or 2Q on the left-hand side instead of the 0. I'm going to do that by plussing 2Q to both sides. You can see I've got a negative 2Q there. I can get rid of that on the right-hand side by plussing 2Q. And whatever I do to one side, I have to do to another. So I make sure I plus 2Q to the left-hand side. I get 0 plus 2Q is equal to 6 minus 2Q plus 2Q. The minus 2Q and the plus 2Q will cancel out, which is great. So I'm just left with 6 on the right-hand side. And 0 plus 2Q is, of course, just 2Q. I'm left with 2Q is equal to 6 then. I need to get Q by itself, so I'm going to divide both sides by 2. 6 divided by 2 is equal to 3, that's easy. And 2 divided by 2 is equal to 1. So we're left with Q is equal to 3. That's really good. That means when P is equal to 0, Q is equal to 3. This is our quantity axis intercept. Now I've got 2 points. I can join them together and we have our demand curve. I'm going to label it D so my teacher knows that I know that that's a demand curve and not something else. So just to repeat and review, to find the price axis intercept, I'm going to set Q is equal to 0, then solve for P, which is easy in this case because P is already by itself on the left-hand side. To get our quantity axis intercept, I'm going to set P is equal to 0 for my demand equation and then solve for Q. This might be a little bit trickier, but we just use some algebra, and I know with practice you guys can get it.